Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. I am on the last hurdle. So I have hit 900 on my Heaven and Earth design. I can see the bottom, and when I did prep and cut this, I did do the double check if I'll have enough. And this last box on this chart, or the last section, because they're not equal, they're not already marked out, I end up adding the markings, is 9, which is exactly what I need. So this, we can all breathe. The canvas is exactly the right length that I need to finish this painting. So that part is good. I haven't got any extras done on it. So at the moment you are seeing it section by section. But as many of you know, August, September is an extremely busy time at Add More Zest. So while I do keep hoping and I do keep thinking, oh, I need to get a few more sections of my Heaven and Earth design done. To be honest, I don't know where the weeks go. I really don't know where they are disappearing to. So I am, constantly chasing my tail at the moment, and Heaven and Earth design, frankly, just doesn't get a look in at the moment. But I am expecting, we'll see if it happens, but I do expect that things will calm down a few weeks after September launch. So it's likely to be end of September. Things will have settled down somewhat. And when it has, then I plan on tackling this with a vengeance. My challenge for this year was to finish this Heaven and Earth design in 2023. We are still in 2023, and I have my WIP and Waffle in December. So basically I want this finished by the end of November, ideally before, but we're being reasonable in relation to it. So yeah, I hope to be able to hit it with a little bit of gusto, and the fact that it will be nearing the end. I'm hoping to sort of plough straight into it once things have calmed down, and see how quick I can get it finished after then. Ideally, I'd like to have it finished beforehand so that I can straighten up all my spares boxes and things and have sort of all of that done by the end of 2023. But I do often make big goals and then time disappears, and I wonder where it went. So we'll stick with getting this finished by then. At the minute I can't even get to my spares boxes anyway. I finished my Dreamer Designs painting, the round one that I've been doing for a while, and I've been doing on WIP Chats and Sunday WIP Chats and in my own time. I actually got that finished last weekend, and I am itching to de-kit it and kit up White Christmas, because you know it's Christmas in this house anyway at the moment. But I can't get to my spares box for Advents. They are shipping out this week. We're shipping them out daily. Every day the post is collected, the postman is taking multiple sacks of Advent out of the house for us. But at the minute, without trying to move them, I can't get to my spares boxes. I can't get to my storage. to even kit up the painting. I actually did look at white. I did pull it out of its box the other day thinking, oh, does it start with some block of colour and I can just work out of the bag? But then I decided to behave myself and just wait. So I worked on some of the other paintings I have kitted up. It's not like I don't have paintings kitted up, but I will be kitting it up in, I think I've just looked through my YouTube schedule and I am going to kit it up in September. I'm going to kit White Christmas up, and I'll of course de-kit my other one because the Advent should be out of the way by then, all being well. So that's my plan. Right, I'm currently doing 939 because the symbol is a solid square. So if I do it first, it makes life a lot easier for me when I move on to the rest. Makes a lot easier for me to see, though we do have quite a big block of black. So let's, apart from this section round here and just a little bit here, most of it is going to be black, but let's just see if we have anything else, or we do have some others on the way. So I'll go back to my first box of colours and I want 300. Just got a few of those, and then I will get to your comments and questions when I'm on the black. I think that might just be easier. Just when I'm on the black, we'll have a look at comments and questions. Okay, those two are off the page. I've got another one. Oh, I don't need that many. Tipping them into the lid because it's easier, and then I'm making a royal mess. Tipping too many in. Okay, any more? We're not far off black now. Let me just check. No, that was the other section. Here we go. Let's get some 310 on the page. I've not got loads of 310, so we'll go with this first, and if I run out, I do have my big bag of 310 to top this up. Okay, this first section I am doing the whole square, so I'm looking at the square on here and I'm just going to go by that because then I don't have to think as much and I can mark them all off all at once. I kind of hope there's a few more sections like this when I get to working on this in my own time, because I might be able to squeeze a few more in if we have nice big blocky sections like this down the side. I might be able to get a few chunks done one day once I've got a bit of time to concentrate on it, and get a section or two done a day once things are back on an even keel. Yeah, I'm gonna plough into it October, November time. I'm just gonna, hopefully October, focus. Okay, Diamond Sparkle Chase, she says, hi everyone. She says she's been crocheting a lot lately. Another nice hobby to have. She said, so she is behind on her cosmic trip. She said she does try to work on it a little bit each day. She says, have a great day, everyone. Sometimes you have to go with the flow. If crochet has your interest at the moment, when you have a few hobbies, sometimes you do just have to embrace some a little bit more. I would love to learn to crochet, but I also know that it would take my time away from diamond painting. So the urge to learn has not outweighed the time it would take away from diamond painting yet, so I've not yet done that. Yeah, I'm just going to stick to diamond painting. This 4, 6, yeah, I was just checking that was actually 10. Ever since I had one section that I actually miscounted my block of 10, I feel like I double check every single row I start now. Checked it so many times, it's unreal. Blossom Chops says, if your plans for hanging it, she says, do turn out okay, please can you take a photo so we can see it in all its glory? Yes, of course. I'm sure I will pop it on video if I do manage to put it up. I've still not yet measured that space to see. I think our ceilings are about 2.5 meters tall, but of course then we have skirting, etc. So the fact that we do have a little bit more at the top of the hallway because of a step, I think it is something that will fit. It's just if I can find somewhere else for my granddad's bookcase, because the bookcase just fits perfectly there, so we shall see. But yeah, I am planning on doing sort of a slow pan of it as well. I'm going to lay it down on the floor because I don't think I can get anybody to hold it to make it tall enough. But I'm planning on kicking everybody out of the conservatory and laying it out on the conservatory floor, and just doing a nice big span over it so you can see it from top to bottom. I'm really looking forward to actually unrolling it as well for the first time once it's completed, just to see it all. Anastasia, she says, your stock of the A5 display books might be low, she said, because of her. She says she ordered half a dozen during launch. She said, sorry, not sorry. To be honest, there is no one person at all. The display books have gone extremely well. We order in just short of 150, I think 144 works out as one of their big boxes each and every time we order, and we have been ordering every few weeks. We have been ordering more in because they have gone really, really well, both on their own and in the bundles. But they've gone that well, they have also exceeded the manufacturer's expectations of them as well. So bless them, they were absolutely fantastic. They did get some to us, so we have left the bundles open for now. And then the display books, I think November, they're expecting stock back in. We are down to be notified, so we will be ordering plenty. To be honest, we would order more than the 144 at a time if we had the space to store it. Just because anything to save us having to keep placing orders for things, we prefer to have a really good stock on. But they did manage to get us 70 odd. So as long as Paint Gem don't go releasing a bucket ton of new bundles, we're hoping it will last a bit. We will have to keep a very close eye on it on September launch, because, you know, with the bundles, there's no way of us putting exactly sort of how many books we've got and not letting that go over. So we may have to, well, they may have gone before September launch, but we may have to hold them off on September launch. But as soon as we get restocks, they will of course be back in and ready to go. But it just can't be helped, you see, when crafters find things that work for them, it often throws a spanner in the works, Though the manufacturer is, of course, extremely pleased that their product is going really, really well. So that's always good. Grey Legrand, she says, once this Heaven and Earth design is completed, she said, what is next? So, immediate next, or very soon after next, will be to, of course, de-kit this Heaven and Earth design and sort out my spares. So I want to, my spares, as with any organisation system, needs just a little bit of maintenance. Doesn't need changing, it just needs maintenance. So there's some bags that are probably a bit too over full, making the storage take up more room than it needs to. So I'm going to de-kit / slim down the spares that I have by just taking that overflow out of the bags. That's my first plan. I do plan on doing my Heaven and Earth design mini as my sort of next Heaven and Earth design project. I am going to restart it. I have sent the other canvas to Anna and it has been received. So Anna has that now, and yeah, I am going to do my Heaven and Earth design mini. I'm actually hoping that I may set myself that as a goal to complete in 2024. It's a lot smaller, so I'm not setting an unrealistic goal. It's a lot smaller and it's a lot less colours. So I actually think I may kit it up on trays, in tray storage, so that I don't even have to tip out the colours as I'm going to do them. I can just grab the relevant tray and go from there. You gotta love the amount of trash that you end up with blacks. I've got so many round diamonds in there, it's unreal. Right, that's all gone. So I'm going to refill my pot with my big bag of 310s, and I just basically put my pot in and scoop. There we go. It's full again. It's full enough. So let's tip some in here and keep going. Yeah, so my Heaven and Earth design mini is going to be my next one. Alongside that, I am planning on kitting up again, probably in September, one of the high colour paintings from Diamond Art Studio. Yet to be decided which one. Well, in fact, you guys are going to help me decide which one. But yeah, I'm going to kit up one of those, but that's more going to be, potentially I can sit on the couch and do it. But Heaven and Earth design wise, I'm going to do my mini and then I'm going to do my canvas. So I have a blank, not a blank canvas, a canvas with the chart printed on from Heaven and Earth Designs. When I get my Heaven and Earth design mini ready, I'm also going to look at preparing and starting to collect the diamonds for that. It's sort of all going to be in with sorting my spares. So once I've got all the diamonds for that as well, and my mini's finished, I'm going to move on to that canvas. And that's going to become my next Heaven and Earth design project. And then I might draw a line under that. Because what, if I finish the mini in 2024, the canvas in 2025, maybe a bit quicker, but you know, every now and then things slow me down on working on them. So yeah, who knows what 2026 will bring. But yeah, that's my initial plans. Ms. Kim says she is loving seeing this one come together. She is currently sorting out her drills for her next Heaven and Earth design. I'm actually really looking forward to and quite excited to sort out the drills that I'll need for the canvas that I'm doing, the one that's printed, and that whole getting the diamonds ordered and ready. I do really look forward to that. It's a nice part of the process, and even though they are going to potentially be put aside for a while, or I'm still going to be collecting them for a while, it'll be nice to know that it's ready to go when I need it to go. That's the hope. Sorry, I do keep hearing noises coming from the other room from the kids. I have absolutely no idea what they are up to. I probably do not want to know. Blossom Chops. She says, you saying that some factories using one drill for both 3865 and 5200, she said, just made her realise why she has bags of 5200 labelled as 3865 and vice versa. She said, so many thanks for that. Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I know for definite. It's not a knowledge. It's more of an observation and the potential reason behind it. Because they are so similar. Like with blues and things like that, you often need the different shading a little bit more. And some companies do have 3865 and 5200 on the same thing, I think. I can't actually remember ever having a painting with both, but it would be interesting to see if White Christmas has both 3865 and 5200. That would be interesting to see, because it's that sort of painting that I would expect it on. But yeah, like, why not? Otherwise, you just, in effect, it's money that doesn't need to be spent if the image is fine with one or the other. So, say, I don't blame them for doing it, but I do wish they'd just call it 3865 on all their paintings, or call it 5200, rather than mixing it up a bit, which is what I think they do. But as I say, it's guesswork rather than knowledge, because while dye lots can differ, I think it's just obvious on white and off-white, or a little bit more obvious. Obviously not obvious enough for me to have not put it on my painting, but yeah, obvious enough for them to just pick one of the colours and stick with that. Lady Dax said she has just got back from the dentist today. She was having 2 teeth removed, so she thought she would relax with my video. She said halfway through the video she got an email from Dreamer Designs to say there'd been a technical problem while they were preparing her order, and that White Christmas was out of stock. Oh no! She said, so she's cancelled the order. She says there is no White Christmas for her. Oh, I am so sorry. That is absolutely gutting. I completely get your upset, and especially after the dentist. My guess is it's either a stock miscount or a damaged one when they've gone to pack it. One or the other. You must have got like the last one when you ordered it or something, because I do remember you saying on the Facebook group that you'd ordered it, but I do also remember people saying very soon after that they'd gone to order it and couldn't because it was now out of stock. But no, that is gutting, especially when you like fall in love with one. Hence, I ordered it in bed at 11:30 at night, fighting with my phone, because it was one I wanted that much. But yeah, that's just frustrating. I'm hoping that they'll get it in again. Even though it is a Christmas one, I do really hope that they restock that, because I think that is a classic Christmas one that should be restocked. If you're listening, Dreamers Designs, restock White Christmas, because it needs to be restocked. Because I said it's a good idea, just because. Yeah, I think there are so many people that do really enjoy it, that really like it, that it is definitely worth a restock. I think there's a lot of people that have signed up. Is it Dreamer Designs that you can see the wait list? Or how many people have put to be notified wait list? It's actually still their front picture on their website. So they must love it as much as we do. Is it going to show me? I clicked on it to see it. I'm just scrolling down there. Why am I scrolling? Let's just search Christmas. Where is White Christmas? Right, okay, so White Christmas is still on the website. That's a good sign. Yes, 316 people have it on their wish list. So hopefully, well, we can see the information, so they should be able to see the information. So if White Christmas is something that you are even thinking about getting, pop it on your wish list and pop in your email me when this is available email in there, because you can make the decision later. Like, I've put things on my wish list on sort of an email notification before and gone, oh yeah, I want that. Pop an email notification in, and then I've got the email to say it's back in stock, and I've gone, actually not too fussed, you know, not as bothered now, and I've left it. Or I've got something similar from somewhere else in the meantime. So it's not a commitment to buy, but by being emailed, at least they know there is this many people wanting to be emailed. It is worth getting a restock. So everybody stick your email address in so that Lady Dax can get White Christmas eventually. When they restock. It's my little bid for the community. Stick your email in. In fact, I'm going to pop my email in. Okay, I've popped my email in to be notified, even if it's just so that I can tell you all. I've popped my email in to be notified when it is back in stock. Because it is gorgeous. Cat Lady said, this is in reply to Lady Dax's comment, she said sorry she didn't get it. She said she personally couldn't afford it this year. Let me find my number. She hopes to get it next year's. She has asked Dreamers Design if they are getting more in, and they have said that they have requested them but not heard back. I thought they would just put an order into their supplier. Anyway, so there is a chance it will come back in. Lady Dax has replied to her saying thank you. She said she was more disappointed. Oh, got a new 0. She says she was more disappointed because she got the order confirmation, which I get. Getting the order confirmation and then it not being in stock is more of a disappointment. We've been quite blessed with our website. in the fact that it can cope with our volume of orders on launch and keeping stock count correct. You know, people do get disappointed before they check out if something goes, but at least they've not paid and then it's out. Anything bar that is our fault, human error. But she does say on the plus side, she can spend more on the Add More Zest launch with the refund. Well, we have plenty of things to be able to keep you entertained for September launch. We have started sneaks. I've done quite a few sneaky peeks at things on Sunday's WIP and Waffle. Megan has been ploughing away over the last couple of weeks getting social media up to date, well, sort of, you know, sneak peeks in, getting posts ready, scheduled and all the rest of it to let you guys know everything that's coming. But yeah, it's been very, very busy. I do now know, though, why companies have people that just manage social media, because, oh my goodness me, it takes so much time. And when you're busy already, like us, with currently in the middle of prepping for a launch and getting Advent out, it is just, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Jaina, she says, and so she returns. Welcome back. She says she returns with some good and some less good news. Okay, that's not good and bad. There's good and less good. That's better. She says, good news. She got a job finally. Woohoo! She says it has been taking some getting used to, and there have been multiple hiccups. She says, but she is getting the hang of it day by day. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I keep diamond painting while I'm at it. And these diamonds didn't want to go the right way up. Getting the last bit of this angel. She says college starts back up for her next week, which will be interesting. She says trying to juggle it with work and life things. She said she's almost done with her last diamond painting for the summer. It's a really pretty one. She said of two swans on a lake with a castle in the background. She said if only she knew where to hang it. That is always the problem. Where can it go? It's like we need those, you know, like sliding doors you can get in a wardrobe, ones that we can change around and vary how many pictures we have. Maybe somebody should, you know, maybe somebody in their sort of woodworking trade could make that, where you could in effect have multiple walls and change things up a bit. She said less good news. She says the family member that she mentioned before passed away last month. Oh no, that is definitely less than good news. She said it's been hard on all of us. She said especially their spouse, which I can imagine. Life will be, well, won't be the same for all of you. She said she tries to contact at least 3 times a week so that they can talk about anything, which is really good. And keep that up as long as you can, or, you know, between you and your family, because it's when everything calms down that things kick in. Said a dog turned 13 this year, and his age is really starting to catch up with him. She said he's a mixed breed, so they are hoping they can get a few more years with him. But it makes her so sad to see how skinny he is, despite having a clean bill of health. But he's so wonderful and lights up every time he sees me, so I know he'll be okay when it's his time to go. Oh, bless. She said, anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week and she'll talk again soon. She said, take care. And you take care of yourself too. You and yours. Yeah. It's always hard when there's good news and bad news. Well, it's the bad news part, isn't it, really? The good news is fine. It's the bad news part that's always horrid. Carrie says, watching the Waffle and working on her current WIP. So close to finishing the 70 by 40 Mario they're doing for the brother. And holy moly, the 310 and 939. Says it'll be worth it in the end. That is the thing, isn't it, with big paintings with big blocks of colour. Megan's still doing King's Path from Diamond Art Club and she is so getting over the black. She said, thank you so much for these videos. She said yesterday, Wednesday, she woke up at 3 AM and couldn't fall back to sleep. By 5:30, she'd worked herself up to almost a panic attack, trying to get back to sleep. So she finally said, enough is enough, and turned on my dekitting playlist and diamond painted for 2 hours. Oh, bless. With just me, and said, or herself, my voice and the sounds of her dogs snoring, including the sick one that had woken her up at 3 AM. She said, thanks for making these videos for us to watch and take a few moments for yourself to just relax. She said, you've helped me a lot since I found your channel and then the Facebook group a few months ago. Well, I'm so glad that it helps you. To be honest, it helps me too. I absolutely love doing the videos and stuff, and just being able to sort of come in here and chat to you guys. I do make sure I give myself evenings, so I may work 7 days a week, very smaller days on the weekend, you know. It takes me a bit longer to get going on a weekend, but I do try to make sure that I've got the evenings, and you never know, I might get a little bit more time come end of September to slow down quite a bit more, and then I won't know what to do with myself. Anna says, not much longer now before you're finished. No, it's definitely getting there. I feel like this is a nice big hurdle, starting the 900s, and I am so itching to do more. When I finished working yesterday, the evening, I was like, oh, do I do a bit of my heaven and earth design? And then I was like, do you know what, if I'm honest, by the time I'd sat still, I was like, I haven't got the energy to diamond paint at all. Why am I thinking to do a complicated one? So I'm squeezing in this filming in the daytime, because I didn't get it done at the weekend, because hubby was very much messing with 3D printer things and options and things coming in 2024. It was a very creative mood at the weekend, which was great, but it did keep dragging me away from doing videos. Not his fault, my fault completely. It ended up being me waiting to see how something would turn out and print, and yeah, so I'm filming this one in the week. Got all of today's lot of Advent out, and then get this filmed, and I've got some restocks to do before it's the end of the working day. Kim says she has a nice 4-day weekend coming up this weekend. She says, woohoo. She plans to diamond paint on Saturday and Sunday. She said then on Monday, the hubby and herself are going shopping for new fixtures and tiles for a bathroom remodel that will be taking place in the fall. If shopping for these fixtures doesn't finish their marriage off, she said then we'll celebrate our anniversary on Tuesday the 22nd, which is 43 years. If tiles finish you off at 43 years, then I don't know how you got through 43 years. She says, thank you for all your hard work, Rebecca. Stay strong during this crazy Advent packing time. She says she looks forward to receiving hers. Oh, thank you, Kim. Well, I hope you had an amazing anniversary. It's actually the 23rd as I'm filming this, so the Wednesday. So I hope you had an amazing day. And, of course, also found your tiles, but did not cause injury to each other. We actually have a 3-day weekend coming up this weekend because it is bank holiday in the UK next Monday, which means Postie doesn't collect. Well, that's the main thing. Postie doesn't collect, which means I don't quite get into the same work mode. So I'll probably end up spreading out the likes of my YouTube filming over the 3 days, or maybe I'll cram it all into one day and have a full weekend of doing nothing, albeit a Sunday, Monday weekend. We shall see. We'll see how much energy I have on Saturday. That tends to determine it, how much energy I have. Kathy, she says, a very enjoyable WIP and Waffle today. Thank you, Kathy. She says she's working on her autumn season collection of diamond paintings. She says she seems to be drawn to images of trees and mountains covered in gorgeous yellows, oranges and reds. Today she's working on an image of a covered bridge in the countryside, and it's looking very pretty so far. Happy diamond painting, everyone. I do find we can go through little phases, can't we, of like what type of diamond painting grabs our interest or we enjoy doing. And then you can find something completely different that you love for a reason you have no idea why, that just takes you out of your comfort zone and sort of, and you do it, and then I find after that you then start going down a different path with the types that you like. But embrace the ones that you love when you love them, and keep the other pretty paintings in your stash for when you want them instead. Janita says she has a parrot that barks when somebody is at the door. Awesome. It's not bad enough that a dog does. Yeah. She has quietened down a little bit with the door, but only because it's summer holidays. There's more than one person in the house, so it's not just me in the house, which means somebody sort of brings her into the conservatory and she sits there like she's got ants in her pants until you come back and, you know, it's established that the stranger's not coming in the house and that they've gone again. But, oh, it's fun. It's fun. Right, I am getting close to needing to change my case, I think. Oh no, I've got 3371. Janita, she also says, she has just bought Winter Solace by Diamond Art Club that just came back into stock on Thursday the 17th. She says she's so happy as she waited such a long time. Well, I'm glad it's one that did actually come back into stock. In fact, I've got somebody on this channel or in this Facebook group, can't remember which, to blame for my latest purchase from Diamond Art Club. Artist Room. It's one that had caught my attention previously, but I think, I'm pretty sure I remember having a conversation with somebody on the Facebook group, and I've slept since then, so I can't remember who. Yeah, and they showed their completed artist room and I wasn't sure, and yeah, I ended up putting my name down on the wait list for a restock, and it restocked and I ended up buying it. So that will turn up at some point. I will be sure to do an unboxing on it. Yeah, you know, half of the excuse is the fact that it is a round rather than a square, so I can add it to my round large paintings. But I am trying to curb the amount of diamond paintings I end up getting in. It's just hard. Because, I mean, to be honest, it's not even just companies sending me some. Because I'm trying to be very picky on which ones of those I keep. And I'm stashing them for a big giveaway in December. But I keep buying them. Yeah, artists just need to stop doing such incredible work, frankly. That's the only way any of us are going to stick to any sort of no-buy or curb. I don't like to use the word no-buy for myself, only because I will go against it because I told myself I couldn't buy anything. It doesn't matter that it's me that told me I can't buy anything. It's the fact that I've been told I can't buy anything. I will go against it. So I haven't told myself it's a no-buy. I've told myself it's more of a cautious. And to be fair, there are paintings that I've seen that I've liked that I have not bought. And when I did buy Artist Room, I only bought Artist Room. I did use my points just to make it not absolutely ridiculous for one painting. So my points sort of took the ridiculous part of it. And then I basically paid for the painting, because with conversion and all the rest of that. So my points made it that I could pay a reasonable price for it rather than getting it cheap. So yeah, so I am making sacrifices, just not big ones. Riz says, hi, my name is Miranda. Oh, she's under her husband's YouTube. But she is wondering, because it does say Riz and then it's got initials and, well, letters and numbers. She says she's wondering if you could tell me what wax you use. I don't actually use wax in my pen. I use glue dots. So I use these. This brand is the one from our shop, though you can get glue dots in other places. They're the very small ones, so they're the 3mm ones. If you get the actual brand that's called Glue Dots as a brand, then you will need 3 or 4, I think, in your pen. Or no, sorry, a couple if you get the 3mm. If you get the micro, that's when you need about 3. With these, you only need 1, but you get 300 anyway. So it's not like you need to watch the pennies on that one, because they cost less than a penny each. But yes, I use glue dots, and if you do go to the website addmorezest.com, which is linked, and it is in this little bottom corner, I do have a video under tips and tricks about glue dots, because they do need, say, a little bit of priming. That's what I call it, priming the glue dot. It's not hard, it's not difficult, it's not a big thing, but you will find it's rather sticky at the beginning. So you basically just have to dab it on skin, or on your cover paper, or on your face, whatever's closest. And it will lose some of its sticky, but still be completely sticky enough to pick up your diamonds for a whole lot longer than wax. Huge amount longer than wax. My memory card was about to save just at that little bit, so I thought rather than it cut me off. So yeah, hopefully that helps you, Miranda. Debbie, she says, loves the WIP and Waffle and the Heaven and Earth design. She says, just an idea. She says, maybe you could print a box for the pens. Is that like 3D print a box, a bit like my display box I have for my pens? The only problem with that one is the price. It's not cost effective to print such a big item that can be either bought already, made out of wood or something, which is a lot more cost effective. So I have a pen display box which costs a fair amount. I think it was about £40 or £50 for the pen box, with 2 sliding drawers and a lift up lid. But that is still more cost effective than 3D printing, and to be honest, probably a nicer finish than 3D printed. Daylene says, hi Rebecca. She says she has at last got her wish, and hubby is installing shelving in her art room cupboard. Woohoo! Well done, hubby. About blinking time. So next weekend the sorting will begin. She said at the moment everything is either on the bed in there or in the other spare room. She says she thinks she might be shocked when she sees the entire stash all together. Have a wonderful day. Oh, thank you. Well done to hubby. I think I have seen some pictures in the Facebook group actually of your stuff coming together. I think your stash is rather reasonable. If they are your pictures, that stash amount is rather reasonable. So, and if you feel that it's getting too much, then just spread them out again and keep going, because why not? Okay, that is today's section done. Next time we do have some blockiness, but again I think we're working on this angel woman, so I think we're repeating quite a bit of this on next time. So there's quite a few sort of colours that are similar, the same. Not so much confetti, but not huge blocks either. So anyway, that's what we'll probably be doing next Thursday, because knowing me, I will not have got round to any this week. In fact, I know I won't get round to any this next week. Far too busy. But we have started 900. So, in fact, let me update this. I didn't update this last week. So this is my little chart of only half of the painting from when I started it at the beginning of this year. Beginning of 2023. So these are this is a row. So I have 5 more rows left. 5 times 5, so 25, done 1. 24 more sections to go. So if I had the time, I could get it finished this month, but if not, I will be able to plough through it in October, and we will just get a little bit done each week up till then. But if I zoom out, that's the bottom. We roll. That's the bottom. So we are getting there. My mum's still beating me, but we are getting there. So thank you all so much for joining me for this WIP and Waffle, and I will speak to you all again soon.